Okay, I think that we just got a package. Let's go out front and look. The company Vevor that we were working with before on this channel that sent me the rock polisher that I put in a video, about a month ago now, got back a hold of me, and they have sent me another tool for our lapidary shop, and I'm super excited about it. It's another game changer, so I see the package has been delivered. Let's go grab it and open it up and see what it is. Wow. Okay. Look at that. Oh, that's exciting. Oh, okay, don't hit it too hard. Tough tools, half price. I'm excited. Oh. Yes, you guessed it. It's an aquarium. It's a gem faceting machine. It's a flat lap. That's what it is. Oh, here's our little auto drip. How cute you are. That's going to let us drip water down onto our little plate. Oh, there you are. I think 600 grit is what we're starting with. Here's our table. Okay, so this is a machine that Vevor sells that allows you to, make gemstones, polish stuff, make a little cabagons, do all those kind of things. It's a wet machine. So this little disc here is kind of like a piece of sandpaper for those of you that don't know. And it's got a type of grit on there, and this will drip water down on it. And this is a machine that spins the whole thing around. This is a little arm that you can use to set gemstone, meaning like a faceted, you can facet things with this. Oh, there's the rest of the machine. So much good stuff. Okay. Plug. And then here's a nice stainless steel splash guard. Let me lift this out of here. Unboxing. Look. Wow. I'm glad this got here so fast. This got here amazingly fast. I just was in contact with them in the last day or two and let them know that this would be the next dream machine on my list, and there it is. The prices, the links, the discount codes, all of that will be in the description below. Let me read this manual for a little bit here, and then I can give you more of an appropriate guided tour of what this can do. Then we're going to take a stone and we're going to shape it. So stay tuned. I'll be right back. As you can see, I have everything out of the packaging now and spread out. And I say we just go ahead and assemble this. We can start having some fun. I think we'll just go ahead and attach this. We'll start with the biggest pieces first. This bolt just slides right in here. This goes down over it. You have washer and nut. I'm going to start it backed off as far as it goes, just for space. Ooh. And then I think this is 600 washer. Oh, look at all that surface. Reverse thread, so it's lefty tighty. How exciting is that? Wow, really cool. Okay. Power cord, super simple. It's just a push in. This is our plastic bamboo drip. It's got a magnet on there. This is all stainless steel here, so it won't stick to that, but they did include a little spot over here where this anchors on. Very strong. And then that allows you to adjust your drip wherever you want it. And then our little hose is going to attach to there. And then this end, of course, is going to go to our pump. Kind of ingenious with it. And a couple of pieces that fit into it. And we're probably talking the 1/4 inch. These little pumps are what you can use to run any of your devices. And then, you know, they're like little aquarium pumps. You can get them from online. And the drip itself has a little valve on it so you can adjust the flow. And you can get it right down where you want it, but that adds water to this as it spins around. And then of course we have a light. Okay, let me show you how we're going to set up the water basin here. Have it all set up, and basically what I'm going to do for temporary is I'm going to use this basin of water on the shelf below. Got a little spot for it. The pump will run in there. My plugs are already here, and then I made a little hole for the drain. It just goes into the saw basin, and then that drains out. So got the saw running, about to turn it on. We are going to cut this piece of jasper. So let me go ahead and put that up under there. And I could have it refeed, but that's how I'm going to do it for now. And then you can adjust the flow and to just drip, 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 drip all the way to heavy. And that'll drain out of there and go into here. But first, we gotta cut some slabs. Okay, so we're gonna make some cabs. Okay, I got each of them on their little sticks. Reshaped my little daub stick before it dried out. And you don't have to have that, but just use little pieces of pencil and that will work and give us a little more turnability and spinability and keep our hands out of the water a little bit more. Let's head out to the shop. So what I'm realizing is that there are different grits, of course, that you can buy. I think this is 600 that comes with it. 8-inch discs seems to be right under $20, but I do not have those discs, and that's okay. We can go ahead and finish this project. What I would do for now is I would shape these stones a little bit more than I did. And of course, if I had a rougher grit disc, then I could do more shaping down on it, but that's fine because we have so many grinders and shapers and stuff around here, and then use that for the final beveling. But it's going okay, it's just taking a little bit longer. And I think that we might do a little piece of uranium glass and try a little bit of faceting because it's nice and soft and pretty. And yeah, we'll just keep going, see what we can do with this, experiment a little bit. So I'm going to get back on the wheel with this and give it the rest of its shape, and then we'll buff it up. Okay, I think we're going to go ahead and call that good enough for the first run. We are just working with a 1 grit of disc. So I'm going to take this to the buffer, and just this my old antique buffer over here. Put some buffing compound on there and shine it up. And I'll show you the results on that. And I think we'll do some practice gemstones, just kind of running through here like an excited kid and trying to see all the different things that it does. So I know it's not the world's best cab, but definitely this thing can do some cabochons. And yeah, let me buff it up and I'll show you the finished product. I think that you should see about doing some faceting on this thing because it's got this whole apparatus for doing that, and it's something that I want to totally get into. I've collected so many raw gems over the years, but I don't quite know everything about it. I've looked over it and now I understand how it works, which is an important thing. I've watched a bunch of videos from my friends, from fellow creators that are already using these, and I think I understand what's going on and what I need to do. But I think that we will just experiment with putting some onto a daub stick and kind of freehanding it, which is kind of how I've always been with things. Experiment my way through it and see if we can just kind of make some quick, rough little gemstones, my first gemstones ever. So I thought that we might start with glass, and I thought that we might start with some uranium glass. So these are little pieces that I have processing in a tumbler here, and you can see they're kind of rounded off, and they're a type of antique glass that I've collected from different bottle dumps and stuff that has uranium salt in there, so they are actually radioactive. And I think we can look through here and find one that kind of looks like a gemstone and do our first facet on there, our first faceting, and that should be kind of fun. Maybe we'll try and facet a couple different gemstones and see what this thing can do. So I'm just going to heat up my rosin and put it on this little stick. It's actually a pencil here, and we will put some flat sides on this. And for those of you who are watching who have done this a bunch of times, yeah, super exciting. And this machine is, of course, the gateway to that for me. So I'm super thankful to the people at Vevor for sending this over to me, because it just opens up a whole new world of things that I can do, and a whole new world of things I need to learn. So this is the first video with it, and with no further ado, let's put this on here and get going. So I guess that's how you do that. Yep. And again, I'm not using the little arm for this very first time. I'm just going to set it on here and see how it interacts with the rock and get the feel of the whole thing. So here we go. Let's go ahead and set the drip. Oh, you don't need to do much. And I'm just going to use the edge to steady my hand, and we'll go for it. Actually turn it up a little bit faster. Wow. I am blown away by how quickly we are making this into a little gem, and I obviously could have been way careful, but that was literally 2 or 3 minutes, and all of a sudden we've shaped a gem, and that is super exciting. Wow. So I'm going to go ahead and finish roughing this weird little guy out, and we're going to do one more carefully, and I'll show them to you. So I have taken the stick off of one side, and I obviously have to glue it to the other so I can work the unworked side. Do that now. So here are the results of that, and that's just some random faceting on there. I just wanted to get a feel of it, just self-teaching, grab some glass because the softer silicates are always a quicker thing to play with and practice on. My own fingers are getting it steamy there. But yeah, that's a piece of that uranium glass, so we can look at it under the black light. And that is inspiring. We use that guiding jig arm and all of that, and we will be able to do precise angles on there at specific measurements. But some of the antique gems that I've collected and found, the really, really old ones, are just random like that. And I think that's super fun So you just kind of quickly whip out this whole entire thing, all the stones, the cabochon and the next stones I'm going to show you, including this one that I went ahead and did off camera. It unfortunately has a crack in it that I didn't see. It's another piece of uranium glass. It unfortunately has a crack in it that I didn't see until after it was all faceted up. But this one, even though it was done again by hand, I tried to do my best estimations at balanced out cuts, meaning, you know, beveling on one side and then the next, and just trying to do the same facets on all sides. But you can see the imperfections that I ended up with, but still really inspiring. This grab a chunk of translucent gem or glass and cut into it. So those two next to each other, two different shades of the uranium glass, but we can go ahead and take a look at that now through the black light, because they also are actually radioactive and fluoresce. Okay, so I have the lights out. Now we'll hit it. Boom. Radioactive gemstones. But just think, this went so quick. Both of these took less than 20 minutes total. And I'm just using my buffer wheel to go ahead and polish them up afterwards. And they whipped right up to an almost perfect shine. You know, they could definitely get more shiny. But I think that it's a fun start from going from 0 to where we are. So those are the first two. I actually cut one more thing a long time ago, but that was on a big grinding wheel, and I might dig that out at some point. But these are, I'm going to say, my first two official cut things. So we've done the cab, and we have done these. I think I might get a Sunstone, just a regular one, meaning the kind without schiller on them that are all over the surface, but I was able to go there years and years and years ago when there were still a lot of big ones, so I have jars of big ones, and we can practice on those. So I'm going to pick one of those out, and then repeat this process, and then we can look at that. Just trying to show all of the things that can be done. Remember, this is just with one disc on there, and the cab and these stones so far, less than an hour's work. And I'm sitting around with some pretty fun little things. So in the next videos where we use this thing, I will definitely be using the arm and trying to do some perfect stones, but building my way up to that. So at this point, we are just plucking the guitar and trying to get a feel for the instrument itself, so to speak, metaphorically. So yeah, let's go do that Sunstone. And I'm going to just use a pencil again because I like how the wood sticks to the rock and it's a small little surface. I'm also not going to fit this into the little jig arm. I'm going to just do this by hand. And yeah, so I've attached a little Sunstone on there, and it doesn't have much schiller to it. These are just practice stones for me. So you can gather these pretty large like this on the surface, and it's like a medium hardness compared to some of the really hard ones that we have to work with. I have California diamonds and stuff, but they are up there. And so we are going to go ahead and give this a little faceting. I'm going to just flatten out all the sides, do flats, and then I'm just going to bevel everything with a couple facets by hand. And run the machine. There's option of forward and reverse, run and stop, and then the different speeds. And we run it up to about 6 on the dial, just above halfway. And make it a little bit slower so I have more time to react to the angles. And then I'm just going to flatten out the sides for starts. So I went ahead and just tried to do as many balanced cuts as I could, learning a lot just by doing that. So I'm also watching a billion videos in the background and trying to learn. That's always something that I suggest that you do. But yeah, I have jars of these, and it's my first actual gemstone. The glass was glass, of course, and this is an actual gemstone. So there you go. So we can do some pretty cool things with this machine, even being super novice with it. I'll go ahead and put all these together for our final looks here. And yeah, I think that is a pretty good example. And of course, all of the links for this machine are going to be in the description below, as well as a discount code that you can use if you're interested in purchasing one of these. I hope that I have given you, a taste or a good idea of some of the things that you can do with it. Tip of the iceberg. There's so many times that you're going to see it coming up in future videos on this channel, so please stay tuned and you can watch me figure out how to use the thing and see what we get up to with it. So thank you for coming by, spending your time and checking out me and my new little toy and all of that, and I hope that you enjoyed the video. New adventures are on their way. We're still continuing our trip across America, so the last few episodes of that are coming up. Until I see you at the next adventure, please take care of yourselves, and if you get the chance, take care of each other. Quest on.